certainly is. It's going to come to an end there, but he has one more to go. You know, he's certainly capable. A brand new car for him too. He switched from an S13. And here we go with Victor Alves throwing it in for his first run and looking planted here, filling that next outside zone. Very tight along that clip. Nice smooth transition across here. Coming off a third place win from last round and looking good here in his first qualifying run. Last and final inside clip. And finish it out. Very good from Victor Alves. And at 89.3 for Victor on his first run. Up back to Victor Alves. See if he can better the 89.3 that he is currently sitting on. Nice initiation from him. A little bit of a bobble, but gets it back together and stays on the correct line here. Up against the first little wall tap. Into the next wall ride down the hill. Almost putting his wing over the wall there. There he goes into the last outside zone. Tightens it up for the inside clip. And he finishes it out with the thumb out the window.
I wasn't expecting that.
And a 92.7 for Victor Alves. Very good for Victor.
But Kevin Stump moving on to the top 16 as we move on to our next top 32 battle. Victor Alves versus Marcus, the Mr. Pink Drifter Lundqvist. Victor Alves out front in that D-Max S15, initiating in with already lots of speed. Marcus having to take an inside line to catch back up, and look at the beautiful angle from Victor as they come through outside zone 3 and transition now to the wall ride of outside zone 4. Marcus has closed that gap and now on the door of Victor Alves as they transition again for the final outside zone. And again, a little bit of a gap. Marcus forced to take that inside line to keep the proximity as they come across the line.
Yeah, good start once again here. Victor coming off that third place finish from last round at Wall, New Jersey. There we go on the replay. A little bit of gap established by Victor Alves out front through that first turn. You see Marcus have a little bobble there in the chase, sacrificing some angle to keep up, and there he is on the bumper through that transition, and then jumps onto the door here at the end of that outside zone. Yeah, they come into the last and final one, and Victor establishes another gap once again, but Marcus reels him back in as they cross that finish line.
And off they go for the second half of their battle. Marcus Lundqvist out front. Victor Alves already on the bumper of Marcus as they initiate in. Victor does not want to give Marcus any chase room, but Marcus is doing a good job to the first 4 clips at the moment as they transition into outside zone 4. Doing a little bumper tap into the wall is Marcus, but Victor's doing a good job of just keeping a good proximity and just keeping the car where it needs to be. Right up on the door now is Victor Alves onto Marcus as they come across the line.
Yeah, look at that. Going back to the replay here, switching them around. Marcus out front this time in that pink S13. There they go, entering in, and Victor right on his bumper as they do so. Following him right through this first turn, around that inside clip, and up to the wall. Very good lead run by Marcus out front here. Setting into the wall, gives it a little tap. Both of them do. Victor doing a good job to reel him back in here through the dive on that last transition. But still, that lead run by Marcus out front was very good. Getting a couple of one more times, and there they go, left for Victor Alves. We'll hear from one of them why Victor got the win.
Victor takes the win on that occasion. Obviously, it's just lead to lead, chase to chase. Overall, Victor is that little bit cleaner. Victor does make a mistake himself in chase coming through clip 4, but it was a case of we did feel that was an independent error to what Marcus did when Marcus clips the wall in 4. But we can then see why Victor just takes a second just to collect himself and then get back up in the pocket on the door. So it's a case of overall Victor just takes a slight advantage both runs. 6-4 in the first run on his lead, and then 6-4 in the chase run on his chase. Just doing just enough really just to take the win. Marcus unfortunately we didn't feel quite got into the battle.
Fast, but on to the next one.
Yeah, next battle coming up right now. Victor Alves in his S15 against Kevin Stump in that S14 as they initiate in. And look at them go already. A little shallow was Victor Alves into that second outside zone. But Kevin Stump doing a good job to keep proximity nice and close as they transition to outside zone 4, which is this huge wall ride. And a huge tap into it goes Victor Alves. And we've seen guys going off there all day, so good on him for keeping it together. But Kevin Stump just doing a great job at keeping the car where it needs to go and putting it on the door right for the finish.
He certainly did. As we go back to the replay here, Victor Alves up front, leading Kevin through this course and entering in strong. Look at that snap and jumps right on the line. Now, does give up a little bit of room there on that second outside zone, but grabs the inside clip and the next outside zone at the top of the hill, and then gets right up onto the wall. A little tap there, almost tapping the guardrail at the bottom of the hill as well. And Kevin staying smooth in that chase position and then falls right into the pocket there, almost pushing Victor across that line.
And now we start the second half of their battle. Kevin Stump out front in that Monster Energy S14 with Victor Alves giving chase as he's right on that white line. But Alves doing a great job in the chase position, already on the door of Kevin Stump as they transition to this outside zone 4, the long wall run. And look at the proximity that Victor is putting on and the pressure as they come into the next one. But a huge wall tap from Victor puts Kevin into the wall, but he keeps it together as they cross the line.
Yeah, unfortunate one with that contact there. As we go back to the replay, Kevin leading Victor through the course this time in that Monster Energy S14. Very nice initiation, but look at there, Victor jumping onto the door of Kevin and stays on it around turn 1 and up to the top of the hill. And then this right here, I mean, right on his bumper, almost clipping through his car to make that transition, stays with him, and then maybe, yeah, just a little too bit, aggressive in that chase position by Victor, giving Kevin just that little bit of tap. And unfortunately, with ping the way Victor's is, contacts can be over exaggerated sometimes. I know outside zone, left for Victor Alves, right for Kevin Stump, and there they go. Chris, Ed, and Matt go right for Kevin Stump, and he'll get the win. But I can't wait to see more out of Victor, and we'll hear from those judges.
Okay, so Kevin takes the win on that one. Basically, on the first run, Victor's lead was a little bit sort of thing. Coming into the first corner was offline all the way through the first section, and then also on the first wall, bit of contact with the wall, which wasn't easy to chase at all. Kevin did a really good job. Could have been a little bit closer in places in his chase, but all in all was a really good chase. And then flipping it round on the first corner, Kevin then nails the line through the first corner, so a bit of an advantage, but at the same time, Victor's putting on a better chase. Really what that then comes down to is that Victor's then slowly gaining the advantage from a better proximity, but then coming into the second wall, Victor just mistimes his transition, comes in too shallow. I think he started the transition too early, basically, and just tapped Kevin slightly coming into the wall. So that handed the win over to Kevin.